AT&T and Time Warner asking a federal judge to allow their merger to go through without any conditions, saying in a post-trial brief late yesterday that the government did not make a credible antitrust case. The Justice Department arguing the deal could harm competition and raise prices for consumers. Our next guest says that when it comes to this deal, or Sprint and T-Mobile's potential, their merger that they've announced, the elephant in the antitrust room is Amazon. Joining us now, Post 9 Pulitzer Prize-winning New York Times columnist Jim Stewart. That pesky Amazon, it just comes up in everything, doesn't it?
Well, they are everywhere. And the reason Amazon is so important in these cases is antitrust cases are all about market definition and will a merger reduce competition. So if the market is small, the answer tends to be yes. If the market is really big, then it's not anti-competitive. So if you so the question is, does Amazon compete with Time Warner and AT&T in distribution and content? And I think they made a very powerful case that it does. Not only that, the big test is, are they going to be able to raise prices? So last week, Amazon comes out and hikes the Prime service by a whopping 20%. You don't need to theorize about where they can raise prices. They are raising prices, so they clearly have a lot of market power. I think this is a very competitive market. The Time Warner deal should go through. Looking at the Sprint T-Mobile deal is the same question.
It is, although let's just point out, it's a very different construct. One is a vertical merger. We've talked about it many times, has not been challenged since '77 by the DOJ. Right. The other is your traditional horizontal deal where you're going from 4 competitors to 3.
Well, that's the big question. Is it 4 competitors? Now, in 2014, they said there are 4 competitors going to 3, no go. So what has changed in 3 years? Why do they think they're going to get through now? The only way for them to make that argument is to say, oh, it's more than 4 competitors. So now they're saying you've got to throw Comcast in there.
And Charter. John Ledger sat there actually on Monday with us and said there are 8 or 9 competitors, which I'm still trying to find out.
Well, yeah, exactly. Where do you find them? I guess you can say, well, Facebook, Amazon, you've got to sweep these in. And then they're also saying, well, 5G, when it comes, it's going to really blur these lines. And so voice, texting, all this stuff will be available to anybody over the internet. The problem here, my sense is, we'll come back when we've got 5G. It's antitrust regulators, judges are not good about looking at a crystal ball and saying, oh, this is what it'll be like in 3 or 4 years, so go ahead and do it. My view would be come back in 3 or 4 years. I think it's still, certainly with voice, data, texting, it's still a four-company market.
You're less than 50% on the chances that Sprint and T-Mobile gets through?
Well, with this administration, that's another thing. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, nobody thought they would challenge AT&T and Time Warner, and they did. Everybody thinks they will challenge Sprint and T-Mobile, and maybe they won't. So I'm not putting any money on this, but at least in terms of antitrust theory analysis, I feel, yes, Time Warner should go through, and no, Sprint should have to wait.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.